July 30th, 1904, St. Louis, Missouri. The Olympic Stadium was packed with cheering spectators. American flags waved in the hot summer breeze. Photographers adjusted their bulky cameras, and dozens of marathon runners stood nervously at the starting line. Everyone believed they were about to witness one of the greatest races in Olympic history. But by the end of the day, people wouldn't remember this marathon because someone ran the fastest. They would remember it because it turned into complete madness. No one could have imagined that runners would collapse from dehydration, get chased by wild dogs, eat rotten fruit to stay alive, drink a dangerous poison as an energy booster, and somehow the man who crossed the finish line first had secretly ridden in a car. Sounds like a Hollywood movie, but every unbelievable moment you're about to see actually happened. As the starter raised his pistol, the entire stadium fell silent. Bang! The runners exploded off the starting line. For the first few minutes, everything looked normal. Spectators cheered. Officials smiled confidently. Photographers rushed to capture history. But as the athletes left the city and entered the dusty country roads outside St. Louis, everything changed. Every passing automobile threw huge clouds of dirt into the air. Within minutes, the runners could barely see the road ahead. Every breath filled their lungs with dust instead of fresh air. The summer sun grew hotter with every mile. Sweat poured down their faces. Their heavy wool shirts trapped the heat inside their bodies. Leather shoes pounded against the hard dirt road as exhaustion began setting in far earlier than anyone expected. And then they realized something even more terrifying. There was almost no water. The race organizers believed dehydration would help them study the limits of human endurance. So instead of regular water stations, there were only a few scattered barrels along the entire 26-mile course. When runners reached them, chaos broke out. Everyone fought for a single cup of water. Some arrived too late and found nothing left. Others became so desperate that they scooped muddy water from roadside puddles. A few begged nearby farmers for a drink. Others picked green apples straight from roadside orchards, hoping to stop the hunger. Instead, those apples twisted their stomachs with painful cramps. And the race had only just begun. A medical carriage passing by a group of runners who were collapsed due to dehydration, empty, dry glass bottles scattered on the dusty dirt path. A marathon runner frantically sprinting away down a narrow, dusty rural path while being chased by a pack of aggressive wild dogs. Close-up of a runner looking back in sheer terror as feral dogs nip at his heels on a dirt track. A runner using a makeshift wooden stick to defend himself from stray dogs on the side of a country road. A pack of fierce farm dogs barking aggressively and blocking a runner's path through a village. A runner leaping over a wooden fence to escape a lunging dog. Dramatic action shot. A runner vomiting on the side of the road after consuming the toxic experimental energy drink. Close-up of a runner's trembling hands clutching his stomach in agonizing pain. A coach aggressively forcing a sick runner to keep drinking the toxic concoction during a pit stop. Hallucinating runner staggering sideways across the road under the influence of poison and heat. Medical staff rushing toward a runner who has collapsed and is convulsing on the ground. A bottle rolling away on the dusty ground, spilling its strange yellow contents.